Whenever I read the story, I think of the song. I once was blind, but now I see. And I think of all of us, God's children, as God's, hopefully as Jesus' disciples, as people who are seeking something to believe in, something to see. I remember how many of us were so disillusioned when we were growing up about different things that happened and things we saw done that we just could not understand. And we wanted to see and we wanted to understand. I see this child that come into the world and was taught that he was blind because his parents sinned. Or he is blind because of something he did. And I think about so many of us that have different things that go on in our lives. And we blame it on our parents. That's one of my favorite ones. I behave the way I do because my parents mistreated me. Because I was raised in a single parent's home. That's when I used to really grab a hold of. Because, Daddy left when I was 9, so my mother raised me. I'm the way I am because someone in my family was touched with mental illness. I'm the way I am because my parents were the world's biggest hypocrites. I haven't even heard that one. I'm the way I am because my mother spanked me, or my daddy spanked me when I was growing up. Because now that's just not done. You just don't spank your children. You punish them in very different ways. You take their cell phones away from them. Their iPads. When we were children, we were lucky to have a TV that we got to watch for maybe an hour a day if we were really good. And there wasn't something dumb coming on like a boxing match. Or there was no SpongeBob coming on when I was a kid. Saturday mornings it was Long Rangers and Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny. And let's not forget my favorite, the Roadrunners.
Oh, yeah.
Those were the things that we watched and saw, and they say that's part of what shaped us. We're the way we are because we rode our bicycles without helmets.
Oh.
We're the way we are because, geez, we were thrown outside at daylight, and if you were thirsty, you could drink from the hose.
Yeah.
And if you're hungry, Mama would give you a peanut butter sandwich somewhere around 12 o'clock. And that was all the things that made our generation wrong. And now, the children we had, what made them so bad is we gave them everything. At least that's what people say. Aren't we being a little bit like those Jews in the synagogue? Where we blame things on the people that have the problems. And if it's not their fault, it's their parents' fault. I think about taking blame. Are we good at taking blame? Are we good at saying, well, we made a mistake? It's our fault. God help me fix it. Usually not. We're better at blaming somebody else. God has shown us something in these particular verses, something we don't want to see. It's much like Samuel didn't want to anoint a new king for Jerusalem. We as God's people sometimes don't want to embrace something new, something different. We just don't want to do that. Change is hard. Whenever we change things, someone's nose is put out of joint. I don't know if you ever noticed that or not.
Mm-hmm.
Even little things, the things you think would make somebody else happy. Put your nose out of joint. You get a new car. You sell something that you had. Someone there is saying, I don't know why in the world you did that. I kind of liked it. I enjoyed it. Why in the world did you get rid of it? And life goes on. The people in the synagogue don't want to believe that things can change. They didn't want to see Jesus as the Son of God. They didn't want to see Jesus as the one who came to heal the blind, to help the sick, to feed the hungry, or just simply to invite all God's children into one place and one time where they worship God and they love God and they gave to each other and they showed what love really means. Because it's so much easier for us as God's people to be judgmental, to figure we have the answers. But God has touched us and gave us all the answers, and we know it's true because, you see, I've been studying about it and believing about it and was raised in that church-going family and have all the answers. But the truth of it is we have none of the answers. Just like the blind man who continued to go back to the temple because they called him into the temple and they said, what happened? How many times did he have to tell him somebody put mud on his face and told him to wash it and he would see? And they just didn't believe it. How many times have we been told that the Spirit of God isn't alive anymore in this church? How many times have we been told that God can't love a homosexual? How many times have we been told that? How many times have we been told that God may love you, but God hates your sin, even if you were born that way? And we all grab a hold of it and we say, I know this is true because I was taught this. I believe this. God help us. Because we forgot one of the biggest things that we need to do before we make any decision, especially decisions that touch our souls and touch our hearts, and touch the souls and hearts of those around us. I hope we pray. I hope we ask for God's guidance. Just like the blind man that went back to Jesus and asked, who are you? Are you the one they promised? Are you the Son of God? And when Jesus answered him and said, I am the Son of humanity. I like that. He believed and he became a follower. I invite all of us to look into our hearts and look in our souls and see where we're coming from. Are we coming from God, praying and asking God to guide us and direct us, to show us the light, show us the way? Are we coming from those places that tell us how smart we are? You know, those places that say, well, you're a really good logical person. Well, you're a really well-educated person. Well, you're a real spiritual person. Are those the places we're coming from? What the world has told us? Or are we coming from God? I hate to make any political references, but some of the things we do, I think we do a little bit like our president. You hurt my feelings, so I'm going to find a way to get back at you. You didn't listen to me, and I came through with all the right reasons. So I know you were taping my headquarters to find out what I was going to do. I have no proof of it, but I just know it. I'm going to improve our health care by getting rid of it with nothing to replace it. Because I know I'm a great businessman. You see, I'm a millionaire. I'm sorry, I'm just a poor old preacher who lives off her Social Security. Thank God for that. What's this I hear? You want to take my Medicaid away from me? It's going to be a tough one. Because then I'm going to have to go to the emergency room and you're going to have to pay for all my bills as a good Samaritan because I just don't have the money to pay for it. Where are we coming from? Are we like the parents of the blind boy who said, yeah, I know he was born blind. I don't know anything else. Past him, he's of age. I'm telling us that the lesson here is to ask God and listen for the answer. Sometimes I know I find myself in that position where I think I have all the answers. I know I don't. Sure, I like to argue I do. Where are we coming from? Where are we coming from? And where are we going? Who are we? Are we a Christians that believe that all God's children are loved? All God's children are accepted? And all of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But through God, and through Christ who came for us, we are God's children. And we love all of God's children. Amen.
Amen.